Greetings, all you wizards out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming at you with another chapter review of Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. This time it's chapter 34, titled New Assassins. And I love the cover page in showing that, as per usual, Gildarts is as much of a ladies' man as always, as he's picking up them penguin chicks, although he'd rather be in a much warmer place picking up regular chicks. But good to see that Gildarts is still Gildarts on. Meanwhile, we have Wendy confronted by a new enemy, namely Naboru, the glue dragon of the Wizards Guild Diablos. And he has this, it's just almost like webs, but he calls it glue, so yeah, glue. And he immediately sees Wendy as prey. He sends out his sticky white stuff. Like, I swear to God, dude, Masha, what are you doing? What are you doing? Glue Dragon? Really? Like I was willing to accept a lot of dumb abilities and really kind of oddly perverse ones, but this is a bit much, and they call it spider's thread and all that good stuff, but man, it looks like straight up glue. Like, nothing about it looks spider-like. And Naburu can control it, have it, wrap around Wendy's body. Wendy tries her best in order to, basically blow it off of her, because she's the wind dragon. She should at least be able to blow away the stuff before it's fully able to encase her. But Naburu is able to spin it and stick it all around her and encapsulate her and all that good stuff. And since Wendy does recognize him after he properly introduces himself as a 5th generation dragon eater, Naburu basically spills the beans about his whole situation, saying, yeah, well, I'm here to eat Alderaan. We know we have to destroy the 5 orbs. We saw that these other guys had that same objective, but I really wanted to kind of be the first one to take this down. And unlike the rest of these guys, you smell different. You smell of dragon. I want to eat you, which is like, bruh. I mean, I know she went through that 7-year time skip, but dude, no. Absolutely not. And Wendy completely cannot move in this situation. So we leave her to that fate, and then we cut over to the left hand, where we come to find that Kyrie, the sword dragon, Skellion Raider, the skeletal dragon, what? And Madmole, the armored dragon, are sitting, like, just casually at a cafe. And, like, Kyrie and Madmole, like, they could get a pass, They're not in completely ludicrous attire. But the Skellion Raider, like, nobody looks in his direction. There's a dude full-on decked out in a skull motif, and nobody in this cafe is paying him no nevermind. Like, yo. But, Kyrie's all too ready to devour Alderaan, and it's just like, how? How are you going to eat a being made of wood? Like, seriously. And, Skellion even's just, like, salivating at the appearance and all that good stuff. And they just kind of question, it's just like, yeah, why don't we just eat him right now? Why don't we just have a go at it? But, apparently Skellion peered into Alderaan's heart, and it made him realize if they don't seal away his powers first, calamity will befall them, which is just like, yeah, no shit. If I can only imagine how badly you'll be just decimated by a being that humongous. But as long as they seal away those orbs or destroy those orbs, apparently it'll be fine, which I really don't know how the orbs, the Lacrima, correlate to everything, but we'll find out soon enough. But they decide, hey, that, okay, so Nibiru and Wraith apparently have already gone about trying to destroy the orbs, but they find that other people are already on the case of trying to destroy the orbs as well. So they're just like, I guess Nibiru and Wraith did all that for nothing. But, you know, Kyrie is all too ready to actually go in. She doesn't want to let all these other guys have all the fun, and she can smell the scent of one of her former pets, namely Urza from before. And Urza is having a field day with Jalal, because Jalal is not good with women, you know, especially overly affectionate women, especially Urza Scarlet, the woman he has a crush on. And so Urza starts alternating between all these, you know, sexy outfits that she has, all these cutesy wootsy outfits and all that good stuff, and, you know, basically playing into his emotions. He's really getting steamed up, especially with her seduction armor, which is not even armor, but it even gets to a point where he straight up jumps on Urza, you know, ready to basically confess his love and get down with the dirty deed for the most part, only for Loxus to come waltzing in, you know, questioning is just like, what's going on here? And he's just like, Jalal, have you forgotten our objective? But Jalal's mind has been completely rewritten by Urza's seduction. It's just like, yes, the goal of toying around with Urza. And, you know, Loxus lays it down. It's just like, look, we have to destroy these orbs for the White Doctrine. Anyone who stands in our way will be killed. And Jalal's just like, well, I'll just take Urza and do what I want with her. It's just like, yo, he's just laying it right out on the line here. Like, everything about Urza has completely overwritten everything else in his mind. And he's fully willing to take on another member of the White Doctrine in order to protect Urza. And Urza gets all flushed in the face and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, Loxus is all too willing to settle that little confrontation they had back during that rainy that rainstorm way back when Jalal was after Toka, you know, once she had joined their guild. So they're ready to go at it. They're ready to throw down. Urza is kind of a little bit at a loss. It's just like, okay, Jalal has definitely kind of weirded out through his hypnosis, but she feels that this is a good chance to look for an opening and strike them both down, only for Kyrie to enter the battle, you know, coming in ready to take down everyone. Jalal sees her as an enemy of Urza. Loxus is like, who the hell is this? Kyrie is all too interested in Loxus's smell since he is a dragon slayer, and for some reason, his fifth generation really want to eat other dragon slayers. Like, yo, God, what a bunch of weirdos. And Urza is just taken off guard. Meanwhile, in the town of the Right Hand, Lucy and Loki are being taken on by Elfman and Mirajane, and they are losing as per usual. Gray and Juvia have tied up the Thunder Legion, or the Thunder God tribe, however you pronounce it. Meanwhile, Natsu is still, you know, riding along on that makeshift word wagon that Levi created, you know, sending him flying, only for it to be kicked out from under him, which he feels that he's been saved, only for the unknown person who kicked it out from under it to be revealed to be Wraith of the Diablos Guild, as he is all too interested in having Natsu as his lunch, and so thankful that Natsu found him. You know, and this guy looks very ghoulish. He kind of reminds me of, damn it, I am completely blanking on his name right now. But the dude who's currently, well, who was the leader of the Orician Says 2, I forget his name, the goth-looking dude. He kind of reminds me of him a little bit, you know, when he first showed up. a little bit wispy, a little bit thin, but this guy very much emanates a very effeminate appearance, very thin, and with a name like Wraith, it has to do something with like spirits and that kind of crap. So Natsu has gone from one battle to the next, and I'd say I don't know if he has the energy still in reserve to take on another Dragon Slayer, but let's be real here, Natsu always manages to have the energy reserve to take on another Dragon Slayer. When does he not have the energy in reserve for something like that? So we have all these intersecting oppositions all going after the wood god Alderon for their own nefarious purposes. So we'll just have to wait and see who comes out on top. Of course, we want Team Natsu to make it through, and of course they ultimately probably will, but, you never know. We could always be surprised, and hell could always freeze over. I'm being so down on Mashima throughout all of this, but I'm interested. I'm still reading. It's always fun to see where Fairy Tail goes during the course of this series. And they didn't do a bad job with the god dragons up until this point. So we'll just have to wait and see if Alderon actually has something to say about all the mosquitoes running around on his hands and back and stuff. But if you liked this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below. That way I might better myself for future videos. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you never miss out on another Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest chapter review. And until the next video, I just want all of you to remember to keep in mind that enemies will appear from anywhere and everywhere. So you should always be on guard, or else you just might end up in a sticky situation. Until next time, I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and it's high time I went to bed. Bye-bye.